Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice. Welcome back. So we'll spend the next hour and a half together in what we call the Chi Therapy Boot Camp. This is so that you can renew your energy once a week, and then hoping that you will keep up with practice on your own. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to clear out, unblock the energy channels, and starting with the extremities like the fingers, the toes, top of the head, the ears, and so forth. So I want you to all focus on your body. Take out your left hand and your right hand using the thumb on the right hand, and particularly using this piece of bone right here. And then on the left hand, I want you to palm face up and massage using the right hand to massage the left hand. And I want you to massage each and every one of those knuckles. The top, the left, the right, each and every one of those knuckles. Now, this finger exercise that we're going to be doing is actually very effective when you're flying, when you're sitting on the plane, like I was doing recently for about 13 hours or whatever, and you basically have no way of really doing any meaningful exercise. And it turns out that if you massage your finger, which doesn't take any room, you're not going to bother your neighbor, and it actually helps with the chi. It's actually very effective. Now I want you to use the left thumb and work on the right hand, palm facing up, each and every one of those knuckles. And this is something that you should maintain as a habit, especially when you're watching TV, waiting for the bus. And now I want you to back to the right hand again, and then but the left hand palm facing down, and then massage the top of the knuckle, each and every one. Now the Chinese believe that these energies, they're called life energy, qi. They're not really energy from your body. It's not like you ate your breakfast and they create energy. And it's more like the energy from the universe that happens to flow through your body, giving you life force. The difference between you and the zombies. Okay, zombies have no life force. Okay. And now I want you to put your hands together, fingers touching, palm touching, and then just massage the inside of your palm. Now it turns out that there's a very important energy point here, and it's very important for the heart. So just put that hands together, and now I want you to massage the top part of your hands. So put the two hands together like this, one on top of each other, and squeeze the fingers. So you massage the inside of the fingers as well. Now do the other side. Okay. And your hands are nice and warm. Okay. All right. So now I want you to again put the palms together, the fingers together, put that in front of you, and then just kind of lower the hand, feeling the stress on the wrists and the fingers. Okay. And now I want you to put the fingertips together and make sure that the fingers are tight like this, so that when you tap the fingertips, you're actually creating vibration. Let's do that 30 times. Okay, now I want you to put the fingers together, and then instead of tapping just the fingertips, you're tapping actually the bottom part of the fingers. Okay, 30 times. Okay, now I want you to learn to massage some of the important energy points on your palm. And if you look at your thumb, it looks like little what do you call those? The thumbstick, right? The chicken thumbstick. And then there's right here is the energy point. So use your right thumb and just kind of put some pressure on that. You feel a little bit of tingling, a little bit of tenderness in there. That's the important energy point. Now, then you do the same thing on the other side. Okay, push on that. Now, it turns out that the fingers are um, um, the part that is away from the sun is the yin energy, and then the part that is facing the sun is the yang energy. So this is the energy line that we name after the heart, and this is the energy line that we name after the lung. Now we do the same thing on the other side. First the thumb. Okay, put that, squeeze the thumb. You can feel it. You can feel it. Okay, and then now on the other side. Now we're going to learn to tap them. So we put the hands together like a V. Okay, making sure that the energy points are touching each other. And let's do that 30 times. Now, even though we name them after the heart, they're not really associated with the organ as much as they are associated with the energy. And the Chinese think that the energies are divided into the 5 elements. And the heart is the fire. Okay, now we do the same thing, okay, on the thumb, right? Put that together and then 30 times. And then the lung is actually more like the mineral, right? Okay, now we're going to talk about some other energy points around the hand, which are very important. One of the most common one is the one called the merging valley. So if you take your left hand, you put your fingers like this, you see that there's a valley, right? Now you take your thumb and you notice that there's a line. You put the line right here, and then as you roll down your thumb onto the index finger and you push down on that, and you feel a little bit of soreness. Now this energy point is actually associated with energy line, a yang energy line that we name after the large intestine, and it runs along outside your arm to the shoulder. And this one actually is very good for relieving pain. Right? I find this point very effective when I have cramps, like in the middle of the night. For some reason, I have a cramp on the leg, and then I just push on that, and it relieve the pain, allow me to relax. And otherwise, it's very painful. Now on the other side, okay, learn to use this energy point. It's actually a very good energy point. Okay, now you notice that we're back to the pinky, the little fingers again, and you notice that there's a piece of bone right here. Now, right below that is the energy point. So you want to put that on top of what we call the merging valley, and we do this 30 times. And then now we go the other side, again, back to that piece of bone right below, and then put that on this energy point right here, 30 times. Okay, now we're going to learn to massage 3 energy points on the wrist. Okay, now this one has gotten quite famous on Instagram. People discover this that help you sleep because it's part of the heart. And then, so the heart comes down here, the pericardium comes down here, which is the mechanical part of the heart. This is more like the mental state of the heart. In Chinese, we don't distinguish the two. And then the thumb comes down here. So it's very easy to find. So you first you have the wrist, and then right below the little finger, just massage that. And then in the middle finger comes down and massage that. And then on the thumb, come down and massage that. Okay. These are things you can do on your own, right? Now on the wrist, you put 3 fingers in the middle, right? You massage that. You put your other fingers in the back, so you're actually like squeezing it like a C clamp and massage that. Now this has a lot to do with the heart. Okay, same thing on the other side. Massage right below the thumb. Massage right below the middle finger. Massage right below the pinky. 3 fingers, thumb inside, fingers outside, and then massage. Okay. Okay, now we're going to learn to do some scraping. So we stretch out our left hand, and then the right hand we're using the knuckle. And then we go from the elbow to the wrist. First, we do that along the center line. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night not knowing why, because it's not pain, it's just annoyance. And I feel like the arm is really annoying me, because then I scrape that and then just scrape on both sides. Okay. Again, when you're flying and you're not doing any exercise for 10, 12, 13 hours, this is a good exercise to do. Now we move from the center to just right below the bone. And so we're actually moving from the pericardium to the lung. And now we scrape on top of the bone, and you feel it. You feel it that there's any kinks along the bone. And what you find is that as you do this, you're actually removing the kinks are actually the blockage of the chi. And now you rotate your arm a little bit, so you're scraping slightly on top of the bone. This is the large intestine, energy line, named after the large intestine. And then now we scrape on top of the arm in the center line. This is actually very important. This is called the triple warmer. And now we scrape on the back of the palm, scrape the fingers. It's very comfortable. It's actually, it hurts, but it's very good pain. And then the thumb, back to the fingers, back to the back of the hand, and then scrape on top, and then bone inside of the arm, including the wrist. Now we do that on the other side. Okay, so as we age, we all know this thing called arthritis, just pain everywhere, and arthritis is just inflammation. Inflammation in the Chinese perspective, it just means the blockage of the chi, right? It's like, I live in a very old house in San Francisco, more than 100 years old. And when I leave for 2 weeks, I turn off the main, the water pipe, because I don't know what's going to happen in 2 weeks while I'm not here. And when I come home, I turn it back on. There's always rust in the water. So you need to run for a while. And that's what happens. The chi is like the water line, energy lines in your body. And if it's blocked, you have something like the rust, and that's inflammation. And so what you find is that if you keep up with this hand exercise, you have a lot less pain all around. Okay. Not to mention the other stuff like dementia, diabetes, heart attack, stroke. They're all inflammation. That's all it is. It's just all inflammation. Okay, so learn to do this, right? Okay, now this is very good, right? Okay, so now we continue. Open your shoulder, relax your shoulders. So this is something that I always do. Open your shoulder, relax your shoulders. What you're doing is that you're doing this. You're reviewing these two very important energy point here called the gate to the cloud. Okay, open it and then relax. Okay. All right. Now you take your 10 fingers, you stretch out your arm, lock your elbow. The 4 fingers are like the springs. You hold down the springs with your thumb. You wind up your 4 fingers and you don't let it go yet. And then you get ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Now again, open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, forming the lotus hand, putting the middle fingers and the thumb together. Put that in front of the gate to the cloud, and the back of the hand facing the camera, and then you open again, and then you try to push your hip forward, lean back your upper torso. Okay, and then get ready. 1, back of the hand facing the camera. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. All right, so we're going to continue a little bit more exercise on upper body, and then we're going to move to the lower part of the body. So I mentioned the rusty pipe. People seem to like that explanation. So that was a good opportunity to explain something else, which is lately I've been calling this session um, chi therapy for um, super aging, right? So what does that really mean, right? What does it mean? Because everybody talks about super aging now, and there's even quite a few millionaires, high-tech entrepreneurs who retire and now spending millions and millions of dollars a year trying to reverse aging, right? And so first of all, what age? The body age. The body will age. You can't reverse it. It just age. Even the Eiffel Tower will age. Even the Himalayas will. Anything that is made up of material will age. So in my mind, super aging is not about the body. It's actually not about preventing the aging of something that will age. You can't reverse this. But then what I'm really trying to focus on here is what I've been calling the additional degrees of your existence. I'm trying to get you to think that your existence is beyond this physical body. There's multiple dimensions. There's the energy, the life energy that comes from the universe between the earth and the heaven that happens to flow through you. And that's why we talk about these energy lines, that these energy lines, there are 12 of them, each one is active for 2 hours. And it's basically the energy that is flowing through you according to the sun, in the presence of the sun and in the absence of the sun. So that's another degrees of your existence. That doesn't age. That does not age. Even when you die and this body completely disintegrate and you're returning every cell that you borrow back to the universe, the energy is still there because the energy comes from the universe. It doesn't come from you. It's not from your breakfast. So that part doesn't age. In addition, there's a mental, a spiritual, different religion call it different by different name. We sometimes call it the soul, the spirit, or something else. It's not the brain. It's when we say mind, it's not the thinking mind. It's something else. We can't quite figure out what it is. We just know that it exists, and it's almost like there is a mathematical formula that it's like the spiritual DNA is beyond this body, beyond the energies. It's a third dimension of your existence. And that's why the Buddhists, they believe in reincarnation, because that doesn't age. When this body disintegrates, the energy no longer flowing to this living organism, that spiritual DNA, that magical thing still exists. And then it goes to another body. Okay? And that's why we're even twins. I'm the oldest son in the family. I have two younger brothers who are twins. Even if they're identical twins, they're a different person because they come with different spiritual DNA. There's something else that doesn't age. That doesn't age. So only the body age. The rest of your existence doesn't age. So when we talk about chi therapy, we're really developing the chi as a bridge between your body and your mind, something between your physical and your metaphysical, with understanding that only the body age, the rest doesn't age. And so by super aging is that now it's time to catch up to that and allowing your body being receiving the nutrient from both the energy and the spiritual. Okay. And so that's what I mean by super aging. All right. So now we're going to continue to work on the upper body and choosing some very important energy point. First is the shoulder. I always talk about the shoulder. Open the shoulder. And then I always talk about right in front of the shoulder, relax the shoulder. So there's two energy point here. This one is a very important energy point. It's part of the energy line that's named after the gallbladder. This one is named after the lung. So we open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Take the right hand. We form an empty hand, meaning like, it's as if you're drinking water. And what that's important is that you're forming an air pocket. And so what you do is you put the fingers on top and the center of your palm right here. Now, you're not playing the instrument. The body is the instrument. You're not trying to beat the body into submission. You're playing the music. You're using the instrument and you're playing the music. So you listen with your left ear. And using the empty hand, get ready, wake up, continue for 30 times. Now open the shoulder again, relax the shoulder, taking the left hand, forming the empty hand. Put the fingers on top and the palm of the hand right here, and you listen with the right ear. Wake up, continue. Okay, now open the shoulder again, relax the shoulder. We're going to work on the next energy point. It's actually right at the armpit. This is a very important part of the heart. Okay, it goes right into the heart. So we take the left hand, locate the elbow, put the elbow on top of your head, and then pinch the top part of your ear. You sit up straight, don't lower your head like this. Sit up straight. Take the right hand, empty hand, put that on your armpit, rotate the head to the left, to the right, listen with your left ear. Wake up, continue. And then now do the other side, sit up straight, put the elbow on top of your head, pinch the upper part of your left ear, take the left hand, forming the empty hand, put that on your right armpit, rotate your head to the left, listen with your right ear, wake up, continue. Okay, now open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, the very last set of energy points on the upper body. Taking the left hand, lock the elbow, put the palm on top at the same height as your eyebrow. Okay, now we're going to work on the elbow. So you take the right hand, empty hand, put the fingers on top, and then the center of your palm on the side. Three energy point corresponding to three energy points here. And you rotate your head to the right. Listen with your left ear. Wake up. Continue. And you notice that every time I say wake up, right? Wake up. Because what you want to do is you wake up your mind, wake up your body, you align your mind and your body together. Okay. Now, a lot of you practice yoga. That's the English word, American word. It comes from the North Indian word, yuja, which means yoke. It's the wooden bar that you put in front of two oxen so that when they put a cart, they synchronize. So it's a word that they use to symbolize the synchronicity between your mind and your body. That's what yoga means. Okay, that doesn't mean niyata. It means mind, body together. Now you take your right hand, lock your elbow, put your palm same height as your eyebrow. Take your left hand, empty hand, fingers on top, palm of this on the side, and get ready. Wake up. Continue. Okay, so we finished the upper body, working on a very important set of extremities, mainly the fingers. Now we work on the lower part of the body and then towards the toes, which are the another set of extremities. The upper body, the energy lines has to do with the lung and the heart. And so the in comparison, the lower body has to do with the kidney, the splint, and then also the the liver. So the lower body, the energy lines on the lower body has a lot more to do with their your 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 metabolic. Okay. All right. So now we're going to learn to tap the lower part of the body, and all right. So now again, we identified the yang, which means facing the sun, influenced by the sun, and the yin, which is the absence of the sun. So why do I say that? Well, when the sun comes out, it dominates, right? It's the biggest planetary object in our solar system, obviously. But when you're away from the sun, when your back is when the Earth is turned against the sun, then the other planetary body dominate. And the Chinese long ago identified the Mars, the Venus, all five of the closest planet, and then they named them after the water, the the water, the vegetation, um, the the sun, the heat, and then the soil, and then finally the mineral. And so they believe that those five, in the absence of the sun, is what affects our existence. Now, notice that they don't talk about the moon as much, even though the moon is the closest planetary object to us. You know why? Because the moon has no molten core. The moon affects us in the way that it affects our gravitational field. It affects us in the way that it blocks the solar wind, but it doesn't affect us electromagnetically because it doesn't have a molten core. And that's interesting, right? All right. So now this part faces the sun, this part faces the sun, and then the back faces the sun. So these are the yang energy line. This one is a very important one. This one is named after the gallbladder. And the gallbladder, again, is not the organ, it's just the abstraction. Has a lot to do with what we call wind. Wind is something that you can feel, but you can't see, you can't smell, you can't taste. So this is actually a nerve. And so this is a very important. As we age, this part is very important. So we're going to work on this outside, and we identify the knee, identify the hip. We divide it into three parts. These two energy points actually has a lot to do with stroke. Okay, so this is very good part. So we start with this one. This is called the marketplace for the wind. Okay, now as much as we use empty hand, we use empty fist. So don't hold your fist tight like this. Just put the thumb on top, loosening up your fist as if there's an empty space inside. Okay, wake up, continue. Okay, now move on to the next one. And you notice that when we say energy point, it's not a direct translation. In Chinese, it means cave. Cave? Yeah, cave. Meaning that it's not on top of the bone, it's not on top of the muscle. There's some kind of cavity. Okay, so don't hit the bone, right? It's just some kind of cavity. All right, get ready. Wake up. Continue. Okay, now that's above the knee, and then below the knee, there's three energy points. Again, the energy points are the cave, right? So on the side, you put your fingers, no bone, and then right before it reaches the knee is right here, right here. So this is a very important energy point. And if you go to the acupuncture, they always work on this. This actually increases your immunity. Get ready? Wake up. Continue. Okay, move down to the middle. Okay, now move down a little further and you feel a little tingling on your toes. Okay, get ready, go. Okay, now this is the gallbladder. This is the yang side. The yin side is the liver energy line. Okay, so now we work on the inside of your thigh again, locating the knee, and then we identify two energy points. First inside, this is the liver. And then now the next one. Okay, and then now, so this is the yang, this is the yin, this is one pair. Now we go to the another pair, which is the splint and the stomach. All right. Now, you would think that, well, what's a splint, right? This, in the Western medicine, they can remove the splint, but not the stomach. In the Chinese, actually, the splint is more important. It's actually energy line, and together with the splint and the stomach is responsible for two things because they're both the element of soil, and so they have to do with digestion, how to break down the nutrient, and then it has to do with how to circulate the water. And so these two actually are very important. And now we identify the front of the leg. So first we'll come back to the knee, right? Notice that the dimple right here. Now we measure 4 fingers, locate the bone on the outside of the bone. This is a very important energy point. Okay, get ready. Now I'll talk about this in a minute. So very important. Get ready, go. And then move down another 4 fingers or so. Get ready. On the outside of the bone, go. Okay, so everybody here talks about diet, right? Because we're overweight and we want to lose weight. And everybody knows that it's actually very easy to lose weight in the beginning. You could change your lifestyle and then also boom, you lose 5, 10 pounds. Actually, what you're doing is you're losing water. The body actually retains water, which makes you bigger than you are. And that's a bad thing because the water has to do with the lymph node. And when the lymph node is blocked, the water retains, doesn't come back into the system. And the lymph node is all about immunity, right? So the lymph node is part of the splint and the stomach energy line. So if you ever find yourself swollen, and how do you know? You put your thumb, you push down, and then you let go. It doesn't come back. That means that you retain water. Then you better work on this energy point right here. This is the one we just worked on. And I'll show you 2 other energy points and also how to massage your toe. Swelling is very, very bad. Okay. Now, the problem is that when you go to the Western doctor, they give you medicine to just shed the water without really understanding the reason for the swelling. All right. So now we're going to work on the back of the leg, which has a very important energy point here. And so if you use the thumb, you feel the calf, and it's right at the bottom part of the calf. Now I want you to kind of push in on it. It really hurts. This energy point has to do with high blood pressure, has to do with dementia. So I talk about a lot of study done now at University of California, San Francisco, where they have a dementia research center, and they noticed that when your calf deteriorate, that's usually associated with dementia. And I know that for a fact because my father was suffering from dementia. So just kind of push in on that, feel it, okay? Always work on this point, okay? Now what that means is that you need to do more exercise like walking and bicycling and all that to kind of reinforce your calf, okay? Now you use your thumb and you push down on the right. push down on the right. Now, sometimes as we get old, our fingers are not as strong as they used to be, so you can't really use your hand that much. And so I'll show you another way, which is you use the knee. Okay, use your knee. Now you put the left calf on the right knee. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you. Okay, now you use this knee. You put this on top, and you just gotta push in on it. Okay, push in on it. You can do this while you're watching TV, and then you do the other side. You put the calf on top of the left knee, and you push on that. Okay, this is a very important energy point. So now we're gonna tap this 30 times. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. Okay, all right, so now we're done with the tapping. So now we're going to learn how to massage our toes, okay? Just like the way we learn to massage our fingers. Okay, now we take the left foot and we're going to massage the toes one at a time. You notice that your toes kind of cold, and we always have very cold feet. That's because our circulation is very bad. Okay, so massaging the toes is very important. Now we're going to massage the arch part. Learning to massage your toes, very, very important. Okay, now we're going to massage the inside one at a time. One at a time. Now, people talk about super aging, longevity, and they always point to the Japanese, especially those who are in Okinawa. Average age is like 98, 100, and whatever. And what they find is that they don't stop working. They're farmers. And so when they're farmers, their feet is always touching the ground, and they're always using the calf. So all these things are very important. All right. Now I want you to open up your big toe and your second toe. And at the bottom of the V, I want you to massage that a little bit and see if there's any, you feel like, is it soft or is it hard? Now, this energy point actually is very important to prevent dementia. Okay, so I want you to massage that. Make a habit of massaging this point. Now I want you to massage the ball area, like using your fingers as a pincher. Okay, now at the bottom of the ball, there's a cavity, and now I want you to push in with your two thumbs. It hurts, so I want you to do that. Now this actually is very important energy point. This is called the gushing spring, right? So when this point is touching the ground, the energy from the earth is gushing into your body, and then it connects you with the earth and the heaven. So this is a very important energy point. So people who have done study of dementia, one of the things that happens is that in the inaction, they just retire. They put your feet up, watching TV all the time, and the lack of exercise correlate with dementia. So lack of exercise means that this one is not touching the ground. Now I want you to massage the heel, and then I want you to massage the arch. So starting with the heel all the way to the ball and this curve area, I want you to massage that. Now this actually is very important to maintain health, because it's where the splint energy and the kidney energy is. The water and the soil, the two most important things for life. One is water is the existence of life. No water, no life, right? Because when we go explore life in outer space, we look for water. But even after you have water, you have to cultivate the life that requires soil. So these two are put in here. Now I want you to learn how to massage some important energy points. So locate this bone. You come down along the arch. First one, push down. It's a little bit sore. And then a little bit over, push down. Now, I talk about water retention. This second energy point is very important for preventing water retention, swelling. And then now locate the angle. And as if you're drawing a line to the discussion spring where it intercepts the arch, there's another one. This is now the kidney energy line. And then the back of the angle is another one. So if you have diabetes, these two are very important. And then locate the angle again. 4 fingers, locate the bone right below the bone. This is called the 3 yin meet. This is all 3 of the yin energy line come together. Again, this is important if you have swelling. Okay, now one other thing is learn to scrape. This is the energy line that has named after the splint. So locate the knee and the angle, locate the bone, south side of the bone, scrape with your knuckle. Scrape, scrape, scrape. So my mom used to have swollen feet, and she used to wear these socks, right? And the problem with the socks is that it removed the symptom of swelling, but doesn't really solve the problem. And so I spent a couple of months massaging her feet every day, and now she doesn't have that problem. Okay. Now we're going to learn to massage the top part of the feet. There's a lot of work, huh? There's a lot of work. And then now 5 toes, 4 line between the toes. Now the 5 toes are the beginning of the 5 energy lines, and then back. Okay, now there's a very important energy point. You open up your big toe and your second toe. You come in and you notice that the bone merges. Right before they merge, you push down. This has to do with the liver. So if you wake up, if you have a habit of waking up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, we associate that with the fire on the liver. Push down. Okay. Now we take back to the bottom of the feet. You take the toes, you bend it back a little bit, review this tendon. You massage that. And then one last thing we do is we connect the center of the palm with the center of the bottom of your feet. So again, you locate at the bottom of your ball area, this energy point that we work on. This is water. Then the center of the palm is fire. So we're mixing the water and fire, forming the empty hand. Wake up, continue. Okay, and then massage. Okay, so very quickly, we'll work on the right side. Toes. And then the arch area, the toe. And you feel it. Feel there's any kind of, is it soft or is it hard, right? Sometimes you feel like there's some kinks in there, and you want to massage that to remove all that. And then now we massage the inside, massage the inside, massage the inside. Now open up the big toe in the second one. At the very bottom of the V, use your thumb, massage the ball area. And then push down on the bottom of your ball area, this energy point. And then massage the heel, massage the arch. And then locate this piece of bone right here. Come down along the arch, 1. And then down some more, 2. Okay, a little bit sore, a little bit of tenderness. And then starting at the angle, draw a line into this energy point where it intercepts the arch. There's another one, again, a little bit sore. Back of the angle. And then 4 fingers from the angle below the bone. And then from the angle to the knee, right below the bone, scrape. So again, using the analogy of the rusty pipe. So this is, you're clearing the energy channel so that the energy from the universe, the energy that flows between the earth and the heaven, would now flow through you. That's what life energy is all about. Okay? We all have some. If there's no life energy coming through a body, we're like zombies. I mean, that's what zombie is. Zombie has life, but no life energy. Okay, now we work on the top part. Back, open up, comes in before the bone merge, push down. It really hurts. And then some more. Turn it over, bend the toes, massage the tendon. There's a nickname for this tendon called the longevity tendon. Okay, now we're going to tap, mixing the water and fire. Get ready, go. Continue. Okay, massage some more. All right. So let me talk a little bit about what does it mean to mix water and fire. So when the Chinese, when they talk about these energy lines, whether they name it after the spleen, the liver, the gallbladder, it's kind of weird. That's very unfortunate because Western medicine is only about 200 years old, something like that. And it came to China less than 100 years ago. So when it came, they had to associate a name, and so they assigned the same name, but it's two different language. One is about the organ, one is about the energy. It has nothing to do with another. It just happened to share the same name. But the Chinese, they don't really talk about the organ, the individual organs. What they talk about is the energy. And yes, the energy and the organs, they're associated, but they're not identical, right? And so what they're really talking about is they think of your internal organs into these three compartments: what's above the diaphragm, what's below the diaphragm, but above the belly button, and what's below the belly button. What's below the belly button is what they call water. What's above the diaphragm is what they call fire. And they really believe in the harmony between the water and the fire. When there's a lack of harmony, meaning that there's a blockage in the middle, then the middle is actually the stomach and the splint energy, right? And it's not exactly illness. You can't really go to a doctor and say, doctor, I just don't feel good. I don't know why. But actually, swelling is one, just a lack of energy altogether, lack of um, the body heat, right? Just feeling cold all the time, and just it's just not right. Is when the water and the fire is not mixed, and you don't have harmony. So this exercise that we just did, tapping on the bottom of your feet with the center of your palm, is a very old technique. It comes from the very famous Chinese medical doctor in the Tang Dynasty. It's a very, very, very good exercise. Okay, so that's almost 1 hour, 15 minutes worth of exercise on the extremities. We still have a lot of work to do. So let's just slow down, focus on our breath, see if we do any huffing and puffing. Just observe your breathing. Know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. Okay, so I talked about the 3 degrees of existence: the body, everything that is physical; the chi, which is the energy from the universe; and then finally the spirit. Finally, the spirit. Now, the Chinese actually use different word for that. And then when they say the body, they meant essence. It's the essence. So they actually believe that we come with certain essence, and if you don't use it right and you waste it, that's the end of it. There's no more. And so we don't like huffing and puffing because that's using up the essence of the lung. And we don't like to sweat because that's using up the essence of the heart. And so you will notice that every time we do some energetic exercise, I will ask you to come back, focus on your breath, know that you're breathing in, know that you're breathing out. Because you want to slow down your breathing, slow down your heart as an avenue to slowing down your mind. Calm yourself down back to the rest and digest, creating that harmony between the yin and the yang. It's that lack of harmony between the yin and the yang that causes all the modern disease. And in the modern language, we call that autonomous disorder. It's the disorder between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. It's the disorder between the fight or flight and the rest and the digest. The Chinese for thousands of years understand that you have to maintain that harmony. As much as you're outside the cave, hunting for animal, being chased by lions, you need to come back to the cave and rest and digest. As much as you're in the sympathetic where you're creating lots of stress hormone, you need to come back and slow down your metabolic. Okay, because if you don't, and you're always in the fight or flight, then your body slowly create resistance to the stress hormone. The stress hormone is steroid. Steroid is anti-inflammatory. Inflammatory. All of a sudden, you have no way of reducing inflammation. That's why you have all these diseases. Creating that harmony is very important. Okay. So now we're going to do some more energetic exercise. But again, after the energetic exercise, we're going to learn how to slow down by doing some sitting meditation. Okay? Let me take a drink of water. I went to Asia, first in Hong Kong, then in Macau, where I was born. And my plane landed right at the rainstorm. It's they have so much rain in Hong Kong, more rain than the first time they have so much rain in 100 years. It's a very rare occurrence. So much so that all the main streets were flooded. We had a hard time going from the airport to the hotel. And by the time we get to the hotel, I was totally wet. And of course, it was still very hot. And so when you walk into the hotel, they have this air conditioning being blast. I'm not used to that. So I caught a cold, maybe maybe even, who knows, maybe I was even COVID positive because one of my friend actually was tested COVID positive. And so who knows? But in any case, it's some kind of virus. And but I recovered really fast. I recovered really fast because I understand that our existence is beyond the body. It's not the body that is getting sick. It's that I'm being attacked by negative energy. Virus has no life. Virus is a negative energy, whether it's common cold or COVID. And so you can't just fight that with your body. You have to fight that with positive energy. And in fact, you have to fight it with a positive spirit. So if you think about your 3 degrees of existence, the body, the energy, and then your spiritual strength, right? And your body is suffering, but the reason your body is suffering is because you're attacked by negative energy. So you got to work on that. You got to at least elevate yourself to that energy, maintaining, um, um, doing exactly what I'm doing now, right? Making sure that your energy is flowing, positively sitting, meditating, and then, but you elevate yourself to the spirit. The spirit is the most important. The spirit is what really heal your body. So I basically, it took me only 24 hours and I recovered very quickly, but I still have a little bit. So you can feel, you can just hear my voice and know that I have a little bit. And all right, so we're gonna do some stretching now. We're gonna take 3 deep breaths, stretching the diaphragm. So open your shoulder, relax your shoulder. All right. Now take your upper torso, lean forward, and then lean back your upper torso, but keeping your hip in place. So you feel like you're putting a little bit of stress in the back of your adrenal gland. Okay. Now we're going to take 3 deep breaths. So we put the fingers together, put that below the belly button. Right. The belly button is the physical connection between you and your mother inside the womb. But the energy connections is actually right below. This is called the sea of chi, about 2 fingers. So you put your hands right here. And as you breathe in, you raise your hand, you follow the center of your palm, you go all the way up to here. This is actually where the yang energy and the yin energy meets. Okay? Now get ready. Sit up straight. Relax. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Following your hand, stretch your elbow, lock your elbow, stretch your fingers. Now look straight ahead and unlock your fingers, but make sure that you're locking your elbow using as much strength as you can, as if you're climbing the mountain. And then completely relax back to holding your fingers again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stretch your fingers, stretch your wrists, lock your elbow, unlock your fingers, climb the mountain, stretching the upper part of your arm. Back again one last time. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look straight ahead. Climb the mountain and then relax. Completely relax. Focusing on your breath. One breath at a time. Now lock your fingers. Palm facing up. Palm facing down. Stretch. Lock your elbow. Eyes looking straight ahead. Focus. Follow your center of your palm. You feel the stress on your finger and your wrist. You bring it all the way up and you lean back slightly, forming a straight line between the bottom of your spine, the top of your head, and the center of your palm. And you push upward. And then you lean back, hold it, come back to the middle, push, lean to the left, hold it, come back to the middle, push, lean to the right, come back to the middle, push, lean to the left, come back to the middle, push, lean to the right, come back in the middle, focus on the center of your palm, come down, mind, body together, and then relax, focusing on your breathing. Know that you're breathing in, know that you're breathing out. Examine your breath, examine your heartbeat, slow down everything. Okay, always go from the energetic to restorative before you go back to the energetics. Now you go back to the energetic, you open your shoulder, relax, taking the right hand, the center of your palm, putting on the left shoulder, lean back the forehead, so you're putting pressure on your right shoulder. You take your left hand, you grab the right elbow, and you stretch to the left. Hold it, come back to the other side, sit up straight, stretch to the right, and come back, and then relax. Back to the breathing, back to the restorative, back to the rest and digest. One breath at a time. Know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. Okay, open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, left hand, palm facing up, right hand, put that between your fingers and your palm. Bring down your left hand, focus on your left elbow, push the elbow, lock your elbow, looking straight ahead, use your elbow to push your arm up. Feel the stress on your finger and your wrist, bring it all the way up to eyebrow. Now, without turning your body, looking straight ahead, taking your left arm, bring it to the right, locking your elbow, lock your elbow. And then back, relax. Now to the right. Bring it down, push, lock, push. Without turning your body, bring your hand to the left, locking your elbow, bring it back, and then relax back to the breathing. One breath at a time. Know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. Okay, So this is very important. After you kind of have to, this is a skill you have to learn. It's really ultimately the management of the stress hormone, management of the cortisol. When you're energetic, you want to be sure that the cortisol comes on demand. And when you're in the restorative, again, on demand, no more stress hormone. Okay. So when you want it up, comes up. When you want it down, comes down. Okay. All right. So now we continue. Open your shoulder, relax your shoulder. Right hand, palm facing up, 90-degree. Open the shoulder. Left hand facing down, again 90-degree. Open your shoulder. Now imagine the center of your right palm and you're pushing the sky all the way up. Lock your elbow. Now focus on the left hand, center your palm. Imagine you're pushing down the earth. Lock your elbow. Now you take your right arm, you lean back your right arm, feel the stress on your right shoulder. Then you rotate the head to the left shoulder. And you keep rotating your eye as if you're looking at your back. You bring back your eyes, you bring back your head, and then you relax. Now you do the other side. You open your shoulder, you push, lock your elbow. And then the right hand, you push and you lock your elbow. You lean back the left hand, you rotate the head to the right shoulder. You keep rotating your eyes as if you're looking at your back. You bring back your eyes, you bring back the head, and then you relax. Back to the breathing, one breath at a time. Now we're going to learn to stretch the spine, open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Upper body, lean forward, hold the hip, lean back the upper torso, so you're putting stress on the adrenal gland. And then you put your hands together, locking your fingers, put that on the lower back, palm facing up, palm facing down, push, lock your elbow, focus on top of your head. Okay, push the top of the head towards the ceiling, push your palm of the hand towards the floor, one up, one down, stretch your spine, and then relax. Focus on your forehead, lean back the forehead as if you're looking at the ceiling. At the same time, bring up your arm, stretch, and then back. Relax, back to the breathing. Examine your breath. Make sure that you're not huffing and puffing. Focus on your breath, one breath at a time. Know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. Open the shoulder, right hand touching your spine. Okay. Eyes forward, top of the head facing the sky. Focus on your right shoulder. Stretch your right shoulder. Bring it up and then relax. Now do the other side. Again, looking straight ahead. Focus on your left shoulder. Bring up your left shoulder. Stretch and then relax. Back to the breathing. One breath at a time. Open the shoulder. Relax the shoulder. Again, push the hip forward, upper body back. Right hand, back of the hand at the lower part of your spine. Focus on your right shoulder down, and relax. Left hand, left shoulder down. And now use two hands, fingers touching. Make sure you're looking straight ahead. Top of the head facing the sky. Focus on the two shoulders. Right shoulder up, left shoulder down. Stretch, and then the other side. Again, looking straight ahead, top of the head facing the sky. Focus on both shoulders. Left shoulder up, right shoulder down. And then relax. Back to the breathing. One breath at a time. Know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. One last exercise called the reverse Buddha. Open your shoulder. Relax your shoulder. Center the palm touching, fingers touching. Put that on your lower back, fingers pointing down. Make sure your eyes are looking forward. Top of the head facing the sky. Rotate your hands so that the fingers are pointing up. Bring it up. Keep the palm touching. put your hands on your spine, push your spine forward, and then open your shoulder, one forward, one backward. Now focus on your breath. And relax. Okay, now this is energetic exercise. Make sure you have lots of qi, lots of yang energy to the top of the head. And now you're ready for some sitting meditation. Because when you sit, two things you don't want to do. You don't want to fall asleep. We call that the lazy zen. The second thing you want to do is you want to have enough alertness so you can actually focus on your breath and not let your mind drift away. Because when your mind drifts away, we call that the monkey zen. And so most people would say, I can sit for an hour. They probably slept for an hour. Or they slept for half of the time and the other half of the time their minds are somewhere else. So we don't want that. We don't want to sleep. We don't want to wandering around. We just want to focus on the breath. So before we actually sit, we have to go through a regimen of calibrating our body. We divide our body into 7 parts. First, we focus on your legs. So if you sit on the chair, which is perfectly fine, make sure that the bottom of your feet are touching the ground and the bottom of your feet are below the knee, not in front, not in the back. When you sit like I do, make sure your knees are actually touching the mat. And if you don't, put some pillows. And the reason for that is that we don't want to use any fire element. We don't want to use any muscle. Just relax. The second thing are the hands. You can do mudra, but don't do it like this. Just rest it on your knee. Don't use muscle. Finally, the third is the most important. That's your spine. I want you to focus on top of your head. As if someone grabbed the hair on top of your head and pull your spine towards the ceiling, as if it's hanging the spine on the ceiling. And then now you lean back, and then you relax. So when we sit like the bell, and the spine is like the clapper inside the bell. It needs to be hang from the ceiling. Then you open your shoulder, you relax your shoulder. Then you focus on your forehead. You lean back the forehead until the ears on top of the shoulder. So the weight of the head is on top of your spine, as if you're balancing a bowling ball on a bamboo stick. You're not using your neck muscle. And then you focus on your chin and you tuck in your chin so that the top of the head, this energy point called 100 meat, is on top of the central nervous system. Now you focus on your eyes. First, you relax your forehead. Then you relax between your eyebrow. Then you relax your eyelid. Relax your eyelid like the baby relax the eyelid when they sleep. They actually slightly open the eyes so they can see, so you can see your knee and the floor. Now I want you to take the tip of the tongue and put that right between here, right behind here, sorry, which is where the teeth meets the roof of your mouth. Close your mouth, relax your teeth. Feel the wetness inside your mouth, the saliva gland. When you're in the fight or flight, first thing it does is turn off the saliva gland. So by doing this, you're reactivating the saliva gland, forcing yourself into the rest and digest. And finally, you need to bring a smile onto your face. And that smile, the sense of happiness, the sense of bliss comes from the fact that you're very, very grateful. You're grateful for this body. You're grateful for your health. You're grateful for your family. You're grateful for the other students and the teacher. You're grateful for the society and the first-time responders. You're grateful for everything. You bring that gratitude onto your face and you maintain that smile throughout the sitting meditation. Now that we're done with the body, let's focus on the breath. You start with knowing and you move from knowing to anchoring. Knowing means I know I'm breathing in, I can feel my in-breath. I know I'm breathing out, I can feel my out-breath. One breath at a time. Now we go from knowing to anchoring. We anchor our mind on our belly button. When we know that we're breathing in, we're as if we're moving the belly button across the room. The stomach will follow. When we know that we're breathing out, we're moving our belly button towards the back. The stomach will follow. When we know that we're breathing in, we open the stomach. When we know that we're breathing out, we collapse the stomach. When we open the stomach, we're pushing the diaphragm down. When we're collapsing the stomach, we're lifting the diaphragm up. So this is called abdominal breathing. This actually has been scientifically proven to improve your heart rate variability, meaning your ability to cycle between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And it's been scientifically proven to have tremendous health effect, including reducing your chance of having dementia. So I want you to spend the next 7 minutes focus entirely on your breath, entirely on your belly button. Open your stomach when you breathe in. Collapse your stomach when you breathe out. And if you find your mind going somewhere else, just invite it back. And when you invite it back, just say one breath. Let's just do one breath. One breath only. And after one breath, you do another one. And you need to continuously maintain your posture. Every once in a while, when you know that you're breathing in, you stretch your spine. When you know that you're breathing out, you lean back your upper torso. Okay? 7 minutes. Without falling to sleep, without wandering around. No more lazy Zen, no more monkey Zen. Completely focus on your breath, one breath at a time. Every once in a while, maintain the posture, stretch your spine, and then lean back your upper torso. One breath at a time. As if you're feeding the baby, you're feeding the baby with baby food, one spoon at a time. Okay, open your eyes. So we spent almost hour and a half together, almost hour and a half together. And I'm sure all of you feel a rejuvenation. You feel like you have uh, a lot of energy now that you didn't have before. But we didn't have to really overexert ourselves, right? We didn't. There wasn't that much huffing and puffing. There wasn't that much extended period of fast heart beating or that. And I usually don't even drink water. Right? Today I drink a little bit because I have an itchy throat. I don't have to drink water because when you're in the rest and digest, you're self-hydrating. You don't actually need water. You need water because you have no saliva. You have no saliva because you're in the fight or flight. Okay, so this is a very good way to really restoring your energy by opening up your channels and be part of the universe. Okay, all right. So we have about 10 minutes, and we might have to go over a little bit. And so we want to do this one floor exercise now. We alternate between breathing exercise and then this exercise that we call Jing, YJJ, which is a qigong exercise, original qigong exercise by Bodhidharma. And if you look at it from the modern perspective, it combines three very important exercise: stretching, muscle building, and also cardio. Okay. All right. So now we're going to stand. We start with the standing. So you put your feet same width as your shoulder. Then you rotate so that the toes are pointing inward 45-degree. The most important part is that you don't lock your knee. You're loosening up your knee, but you don't have to go all the way down like this. Just don't lock it. And the reason is that you want to activate the calf, those two energy points that we talked about. Very important. You want to activate your thigh. Okay. Now you open your shoulder and then you relax your shoulder. You lean back the forehead, you tuck in your chin. So your central nervous system is one straight line. Then you take your hand, palm facing down, put that on the hip, and you make sure you align your palm and the spine in one plane. Okay, don't do this, don't do that. Just put it here. And now when I say go, you first focus your mind on the center of your palm, mind, body together, and then you push, okay, sending a shock wave through your central nervous system all the way to the top of the head, and then it just actually comes back like this. So this is called the spirit boosting palm. Get ready? Make sure now when I say go, you don't go. You examine your mind and body. Then you push, okay? Get ready? Go. And then relax. Focus on your breath, one breath at a time. Okay? So it's very important. You put equal time between energetic and restorative. Second time, open your shoulder, look straight ahead, focus on the center of your palm, get ready, go. And then relax, back to the breath, one breath at a time. Examine the inside your mouth. If inside your mouth is dry, put the tip of the tongue at the roof of your mouth, close your mouth. Let yourself self-hydrate. Third time, get ready, open your shoulder, go. And then relax, one breath at a time. Okay? Now, maintain this what we call the goat stand. And then the second one, which is called pointing the wantel. Wantel is the name of this energy point. So you take your thumb, you point it here. You don't have to touch, just forming the arch, the half circle. Now you roll up your four fingers. Imagine you're putting 2 buckets of water on your thumb and you're lifting up, stretching your thumb, lifting up those 2 buckets of water. And then you relax without lowering your hand. What this does is to energize the large intestine energy line, which has to do with detox, right? Second time, roll up your four fingers, lift up your thumb, as if you're lifting up 2 buckets of water, and then you relax. Focus on your breath, 1 breath at a time. One last time. Lift up your buckets of water, and then relax. Lower your hand back to the breath, 1 breath at a time. The third one is called beginner's mind. It's the baby's mind. It's what they do inside the mother's womb. You put your thumb across, you roll up your 4 fingers, and you squeeze your thumb inward. This is very good for your heart. This is very cardio. And then relax. Back to the breathing. 1 breath at a time. Second time, beginner's mind. Squeeze your thumb, bend your thumb inward, and then relax. Back to the breathing. 1 breath at a time. Okay? The breathing part is just as important as the energetic part. One last time. Squeeze your thumb like the baby does, and then relax. Lower your hand, completely relax. Focus on your breathing. Now put your fists together right below the belly button. Remember, we're going to take a deep breath. Get ready. Breathe in. And then relax. Now put your elbows together, the fists in front of your nose. Focus on your back. And you stretch your back. And relax. The back is the energy line named after the bladder. So this is also detox. Second time. Stretch your back. And then relax. Back to the breathing. 1 breath at a time. One last time. Stretch your back. And then relax. Back to the breathing. Now the next one is called fists on top of your head. So you focus on your fists. You open your shoulder. You bring your fist above the head. And then you open your fingers. Now you roll your fist 1 joint, 2 joint, lock it with your thumb, and you squeeze. This is very, very cardio. And then relax. Back to the breathing. 1 breath at a time. Second time, open your shoulder, roll your fist, lock it with your thumb, and you squeeze. And then you relax. Open your fingers. One last time. When you squeeze your fist, you're actually squeezing the blood into your heart. And when you relax the fingers, you let your blood come back into the fingers, right? Now, open your shoulder, roll your fist, lock it with your thumb, and you squeeze. You're squeezing all the blood into your heart. And then you relax. Let the blood come back to the fingertips. 2 breaths. And then now the next one is called stabbing the shoulder. So this is similar to the spirit boosting palm. It lets the positive energy goes to the top of your head. This is very good for preventing dementia. Okay. Now open your shoulder as if you're grabbing 2 daggers. You point your daggers onto your shoulder and you stab your shoulder. You feel the tightness in the back of your neck? Yeah, that's how you want it. And then you relax. Back to the breathing. 1 breath at a time. Open your shoulder. Grab the dagger. Point the dagger onto your shoulder and stab your shoulder. And then relax. 1 breath at a time. Completely relax. One last time. Open your shoulder. Grab the dagger. Point the dagger onto your shoulder and you stab. Feel the tightness in the back of your head. The energies are flowing into the top of your head. And then you relax. 1 breath at a time. The next one is called a cross. Now, you're not punching. Imagine you have 2 walls on the side and you're pushing. Stretching the upper part of your arm. This energy line is called a triple warmer. It's the mixing of the energy in the 3 compartments. Remember we talked about the mixing water and fire? All right, now you stretch your arm. You rotate your wrist. When you rotate your wrist, you focus on the energy points around here. You rotate your wrist. You roll your fist, you take a deep breath, and you push. And then relax. Back to the breathing. One breath at a time. Second time, roll your wrist, your fist, take a deep breath, and you push. And then you relax. One last time. Wrist, fist, take a deep breath, and you push. And then you relax. One breath at a time. Now, imagine you have a wall in front of you. Doing the same thing, pushing against the wall. Wrist, fist, take a deep breath, and you push. And then you relax. One breath at a time. Second time. Push. And then you relax. One last time. Push. All this time, make sure you don't lock your knee, okay? Loosen up your knee. Use your calf, okay? Now the next one is called basically doing push-up, pull-up, okay? Now open your shoulder, grab the bar, eyes looking up, and you pull yourself up using all the muscle and relax. As we age, one of the things that happens is that we're losing a muscle. So this is very important to maintain muscle. Pull yourself up and relax. One breath at a time. One last time. Using as much strength as you can, pull yourself up and then relax. The next one, I call it ripping the phone book. Okay, yellow page. Big old yellow page, grab it, and you just rip it. And then relax. Second time. Rip. And then relax. One last time. Rip. And then relax. Next one is called swallowing the dantian. So you collect all your saliva and you swallow. Okay. Now you make sure that your knees are not locked. Okay. From here until the end, make sure your knees are not locked. Now you back of the hand facing each other. You go straight down. Don't lock your knee. Okay. Bend your knee. You look down and you squeeze your fist 3 times. 1, relax. 2, relax. 3, relax. Turn your hands, palm facing up. Focus on the center of your palm. Make sure your knees are not locked. You take a deep breath. And then you breathe out. Breathe in again. Center the palm facing forward. Lower your knee. Focus on that big rock in front and push. Then you take a deep breath. And then you relax. Focus on your body. Focus on your breath. You walk back to your seats. Focus on the bottom of your feet, one step at a time. Now you focus on the bottom, on the center of your palm as you adjust your seat. And you focus on your body as you sit down. You calibrate your sitting posture, focusing on the 7 parts of your body. And now we're going to sit for another 7 minutes. Okay, so we're going to be over time today a little bit. And I want you to feel your body. There's a lot going on in your body right now after that QiGong exercise. You can feel your breath. You can feel the warmth in your body. You can feel the tingling. One breath at a time. Keep calibrating the posture, okay? As you breathe in, stretch upper torso. As you breathe out, lean back. Okay, open your eyes. So it's over hour and a half, but it's okay. We haven't seen each other in 2 weeks, so it's okay to take a little bit of time. So before we finish, I want to show you how to do a loving kindness massage to yourself. So I want you to take your hand, locate the center of your palm, put that together, and just generate some heat. This energy point is called the palace of labor. It's the only energy point in the body that generates positive energy. And as much as the baby, when the mother breastfeed the baby, there's actually exchange of enzyme, exchange of loving kindness between the mother and the baby. And the baby actually communicate with the mother on what antibiotic and nutrient it needs, he or she needs, and the mother will provide that with the mother's milk. And this is similar that when you put your hands together, you generate positive energy. Then you put it on your eye without pressing your eye, creating that space so that the um, infrared energy would communicate to your eye, and somehow the body knows what you need, and it will provide it. Self-healing. Put that on your eyes again. Feel the warmth. It's the infrared energy radiating into your eyeball, into the back of your eyeball. One last time. Focus on the center of the palm, mind, body together, okay? And then put that on your eye. Loving kindness to yourself. Now put your hands on the temple, massage the temple, massage the side of the face, massage the front of the face, massage the forehead, massage the top of the head. This is the part that is responsible for your cognitive, the back of the head, responsible for your memory, and the lower part of your head, responsible for your motor functions, and the neck. Come back to the face. We're going to massage the ear, separating ear in three parts. First, middle, and then the lower part. Massage the tip of the ear, yank. Massage the edge of your ear. Massage your ear loop, yank. Put the right hand behind the right ear. 1, 2, 3. Put that on the left hand. 1, 2, 3. And then that's the end of class. I'll see you all next week. Namaste. Namaste means may my light meet with your light. So we talk about the 3 degrees of existence. Rupa is the body. The, the nadi is the energy. And then the nama is what's not physical, the metaphysical. That's our light and your light. Namaste means may my light meet with your light. May you be blessed with health, happiness, and peace. See you next week. Thank you for all the donations that will all be collected. And first, it will be used as matching fund for the sessions that we do every first Wednesday of the month at 6 p.m. my time with Venerable Bodhidharma. It will first be used as matching fund, and whatever remains will all be donated towards the prison Dharma. And I'll talk about how we use it to buy books for the incarcerated individuals, buy stamps so that they can communicate with the outside world. We bring food to them, snacks or whatever. Okay. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's very important that we at the very end we talk about how not only we're doing good to our body, but we're doing good to the world, because a big part of graceful aging or super aging is ABC. Always be compassionate. Okay? Thank you so much. See you all in 1 week. Bye bye. 我哋星期一見吓。Okay, bye bye.